Hey guys, it's your girl K Divine coming back again. I'm not sure who this message is for. I know it's for somebody else. I know it's for me, but this also may be for somebody else. I was in meditation earlier because, like I said in my previous video, I cried myself to sleep last night because it's just like the spiritual warfare has just been so heavy, and the way that people have treated me, and for no reason, like these people have zero reason to treat me the way that they're treating me. And it's like this has been continuous, like this has been an ongoing thing, and it's not just one group of people, it's like, oh, pretty much everywhere that I go, you know. And one thing that I've learned about myself is like as a neurodivergent person, as a chosen one, as a light worker, like it just, people don't know what to do with my energy. It's overpowering for a lot of people. And it's because a lot of people hide behind these facades of who they claim to be in public, but they're not that way in private. And when you walk in authenticity, when you know who you are and you're unapologetically you, that is scary to some people because a lot of people hide a lot of parts of themselves, and they hide because, you know, they've been rejected before. You know, those parts of themselves have been rejected, or they're just afraid to, they're afraid of what they're going to lose if they do become who they're supposed to be. People are not afraid of failure. A lot of people are afraid of success. That's why a lot of people don't really go for their dreams and their goals. It's not that you are afraid that you're going to fail. That's the first thing that comes to your mind, but really what you're afraid of is what are you going to become? Because you're not going to be able to stay the same. You're not going to be able to enjoy the same comforts when you step outside of what people have set you to be. There's I'm probably going to use a lot of Todrick Hall references. I love Todrick Hall. If you don't listen to him, you should. But from his Straight Out of Oz album, the very first song, he says, "Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. He's a brainless, heartless coward with no power. That's just another trick of his. He ain't no whiz. So don't feel his fire. Jump in my balloon. I'll take you higher. Take you somewhere over the rainbow. Get your tickets to the show. Heels clicking. Here we go. Because you already know there's no place like home." The people who operate these systems, they make up these lies about the people who are dismantling those systems. Why? And it's not, and you might be one of those people who's dismantling that system, and you're not doing it on purpose. That's why they attack you. That's why the warfare has been so heavy lately. It's because they see you. That's the message. I'm sorry. I did never got to the point. That's the message. The message is that they see you. They see you now. They see you. They see you, and it scares them. It scares them because with change comes resistance. Anytime our world has gone through some sort of evolution, it has gone through some sort of, you know, as humans evolve, our consciousness level is changing right now. And it has been for quite some time. But we're at like the precipice of it. Like this is, it's bubbling to the surface. Like I'm I'm seeing like a pregnancy. Like we're birthing something new. And anyone who's any person who's ever been pregnant knows that that is it's a difficult thing to go through. The pregnancy itself, even if you had a great pregnancy, the fact that your body's not yours and all of that, like, you know, you're sharing it with another human being that's essentially a parasite sucking the life out of you because you're tired all the time. They're sitting on your bladder, especially when you get towards the end of the second trimester into the third trimester. Terrible times. But the birthing process, even if you had a C-section, like just being like the contractions and the anticipation and the anxiety, like I feel like that's the part we're in right now. Like we're like I said, is bubbling to the surface. Like the world is we're like the world is going through its birthing process. Like it's shedding. Thank you, spirit. We're shedding this old skin. The veil has lifted, and we have to remove everything. This is like that moment when you come home from a really long day or like partying and you got to remove all that makeup off your face. Like we're getting down to the bare bones of this. That's really what's going on right now. Thank you, spirit. And whoever this message is for, them people see you. That's why the spiritual warfare has been so difficult. It's difficult because they see you. They see you and they are terrified. They're not attacking you because you did anything wrong. And you didn't say anything, you didn't do anything to these people. You didn't, you know, you did not you you didn't do anything but exist. Your existence alone is a threat to these people's systems, to their thoughts, to the way that they believe, to the things they want to believe. Is they want to hold on to those thought processes that are no longer relevant to them. They can't utilize them anymore. Because that's why they try to make you the problem. That's why they try to make it so that you react to their nonsense, because those people know, they know that if they can slow you down, if they can make you take your eyes off of whatever it is you're supposed to be focusing on and focusing on things like, they want you to question yourself, like they want you to question your worth. That's why they do that, those passive aggressive things to you. Thank you, spirit. These people are passive aggressive towards you and they play in your face because they see who you are, and it terrifies them of what you are. Like they see your potential, they know that you're going to go do great things, and if they can just get you off track just a little bit, because any way to slow you down, that's always the enemy's goal. The enemy's goal is to make you turn around. The enemy wants you to give up. The enemy doesn't want you to keep going forward in your purpose. And I know it's hard. Like I said, I cried myself to sleep last night because I was just like, God, I really want to be a part of a community of love. I want to be a part of a community that is open and honest. And I want to be a part of a community that isn't hateful. I want to raise my daughter around people who are going to love on her, you know, because it's like she's 2 years old and she's super cute. Probably one of the prettiest. I know I'm her mama. I know I'm biased because I'm her mother, but I'm she's the prettiest baby that I've ever seen. That's the first thing I said when I know I talked in my last video about my near death experience with my C-section. But before that, cuz I didn't get to hold her, but they did like bring her near me. She was hollering. She can scream. That girl probably going to be a singer. But but The only time that she got quiet was when she came close to my face. That's the only time she got quiet. And I remember when I saw her, I was just like, my God, you're so pretty. I was like, you're so pretty. Like from the moment she came into this world, I knew. I was like, my daughter is a little bright star. My daughter is definitely a star seed. You can tell. If anyone has ever met my daughter, they know. And it's like I'm trying to be strong right now because it's like I said, the spiritual warfare is very heavy. It's very heavy at this time. It's very heavy. And it hurts. It hurts because it's like if I did the things that people did to me, they wouldn't be able to take it. And it's like sometimes it gets hard when you just have to sit back and take it. Cause I was in meditation and I was like, God, I'm tired. I'm tired. I've been tired for a long time. I'm seeing the Nine of Wands in my mind's eye. Like I'm weary. I'm not saying I'm gonna faint. I'm not saying that I'm gonna stop. Because I'm not. But I am tired, you know? I'm tired. I'm tired. And it doesn't it doesn't it doesn't get easier when it's been so heavy for so long. This is probably one of the toughest things I've ever experienced in my life. I know that I'm stronger for it. Like I never realized, like I don't know who I'm speaking to, but you are so strong. People can't even imagine. People cannot imagine what it is that you experience and what you go through. They have no idea. They have no idea. Most people can't take that. Most people can't take it. And I've been saying this. I know. I was like, this is bigger than me, because it wouldn't be so heavy. It wouldn't be so heavy. It's bigger than you. You need to understand that. What the folks are doing to you, it's bigger than you. They're not attacking you because you did something. They're not attacking you because you are wrong. They're attacking you because you're exactly who you're supposed to be. And that messes up everything that they believe. And instead of changing the way that they view people, they would much rather attack you so that they can provoke you into some sort of emotional reaction so they can reinforce their thoughts about you. So they can feel comfortable. You make people uncomfortable, not because you did anything to them, but because they can't sit with themselves. I wonder how many people actually can sit in silence for more than 20 minutes. We live in a world that is so full of noise. The TVs are always on, a radio or music is always playing. There are cars always out on the streets. It is rarely ever just silent. Most people don't sit in silence because you want to know why? Because the minute that they gets quiet, those demons start talking to them. And a lot of people can't handle that. They can't. They can't deal with their own demons. That's why they project so much. That's why they go out and they try to make situations happen. This is why people will get in your way. This is why people will try to get you to get irritated and yell and scream and fuss and fight at them, because they need to get them demons off of them. Demons is telling them to go do that shit so that you can be the one to carry that. Those are not your feelings to carry. Those people are responsible for the way that they feel. And I'll say this time and time again, their feelings are valid. It is not our place to tell people how to feel about us and how to take us. People will make assumptions and have an opinion on you based on absolutely nothing. The majority of people's opinions about you are mostly about their own thought process, and it's just how they take information in. People will dislike you simply because you are who you are, just because you're you. You didn't do anything to those people. They just don't like you. And once they decide that they don't like you, they're going to try to do everything they can to get in your way and to piss you off. And I said this in the last video, like, it's okay to be upset. It's there's nothing wrong with being frustrated. Like, I'm tired of people in like the spiritual community and religious groups saying like, oh, it like don't be angry. Like, anger is that is a legitimate feeling to being mistreated by people. It is normal and natural to be angry, and you just need to process it well. That's the only thing. Like I said yesterday, don't crash out, because that's what they want. They want you to crash out on them so that they can keep justifying the reason why they treat people the way that they treat people. They need you to crash out so that they can feel better about the way that they behave. Their behavior is disgusting, and they know it's disgusting. And when they come around you, they can't fake it. And it's hard for them to fake it, and they try so hard. They know they can't. That's why they have to attack you, because they can't wear their mask around you, because they know that you see right through their ass. They know you know they're fake. They know you know how they really feel. But the beautiful part about this is that they underestimate you. The one thing that I have come into understanding about myself is, like, I'm so proud of myself at the level of calm that I have been able to have in my life, especially with everything that has happened in the last year and a half. Like, actually the last 2 years. No, the last 4 years. The last 4 years have been pretty rough. Like, I mean, since COVID COVID took me through a loop. And I mean, I never had COVID. By the grace of God, I did not have COVID at all. But that those years took me for a loop. Like, there was so much that happened in those years. It's like, when you get beat down so much by people, it does make you feel some type of way. Like, I'm not gonna hold you up. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to anybody and say that sometimes it does make me feel like, is there something wrong with me? And it's like, that's what they want. They want you to question yourself and be like, well, I need to change myself. So no, it's not about being accepted by people. Because if you have to dim your light, if you have to stop being who you are, and you have to be performative for people so that they can feel comfortable, you don't that's not that's not the way to go. Always be yourself. Even when it's lonely. God, it's so fucking lonely sometimes. I'm here at Justin Bieber's lonely. Everybody saw me sick, and it felt like no one gave a shit, because it really do feel like that, and because people don't. People are with you when you're up, and when you're down they disappear. And when you start to evolve and you start to change and you're trying to come into this newness, you're trying to be a different person, the person who you're supposed to be, the person that God has called you to be, it offends people because they're like, well, you can't do that. They will literally tell you, like, not, well, you can't do that. And the only reason why they telling you that you can't do it is because they not doing it. And they know that they have the capabilities to do so, but because they, again, are comfortable, they're comfortable in their dysfunction. People are super comfortable in their dysfunction because it works for them. Even though they're miserable, it works for them. Some people can't function without chaos. That's why you'll see certain people like they're just like big bullies. I'm gonna do a video later on this week about bullies, about adult bullies. I made a video about bullies on my previous channel, but I think I could go deeper. I could go deeper into it because it don't make no sense to me. Like once you graduate from high school, like that mean girl energy, and men give off mean girl energy too. Will you live in that mean girl energy? Like it's not cute. I'm sorry, it's not cute to be staring people up and down and picking them apart. Like that's really not cute. Like you're just showing how insecure you are. You're showing how triggered you are, because at the end of the day, people who attack you and you haven't done anything to them, there is something about you that is very very triggering. 2222 on my timer. There's something very triggering about you, and most of the time it's your peace. A lot of times it's your peace. A lot of people don't have peace, and they're trying to figure out how the fuck you got it, how you got peace in your life, how, and they'll look at what's going on in your life too. Like they'll be like, okay, especially the ones that are actively trying to destroy you. They'll see your peace and they'll be like, how is this person staying calm through this? How is this person not lashing out? And it makes them even more irritated that they can't get you. And I know that it, like, this stuff gives me, like, it makes me sad because it's like it makes me have this, it continues to make me have a love-hate relationship with people. And it's like it's always been that way for me. It's never, I have always had a love-hate relationship for humanity. I love people because there is so much beauty in humanity. People are so beautiful. We are talented, we are artists. The things that we have created, like, and I mean throughout history, I mean, and I mean that throughout all walks of life, all different, different empires and dynasties, different countries, different, everyone, like throughout history, like humans are beautiful in so many ways, but so destructive all at the same time. And so many people are so afraid of change, and they would much rather destroy themselves. They would much rather destroy themselves than actually change. And you'll see the people right now, I promise you, people are destroying their lives right now because they refuse to change. I've been saying all actions have consequences. This is basic psychology, by the way. This is basic general psychology. All actions have consequences. Everything you do has a consequence to it. Consequences are all negative. There are positive consequences and negative consequences. It really depends on what you have done. And sometimes people who do bad things, they think that in the beginning that they're getting positive consequences because of the attention that they're receiving, but over time, the more and more those people keep doing those same actions, the more bad consequences they're racking up. That's why you'll like one day hear about somebody that, no, like people will claim they never suspected it, but you'll hear about somebody going to prison for some ruthless ass shit, and you'll be like, what? That person, they killed somebody, they were hiding bodies, they was doing, yes, yes. There are people who are real life murderers out here who do some heinous stuff to people and have been getting away with it for years, and then they find, and then something happens, they come across the wrong person, they said the wrong thing, divine intervention happens, and everything is exposed. That's why this is why you have to have discernment. You have to you have to just be you got to be still at times. There is so much power in stillness. There is so much power in just disconnecting from situations. Just disconnect from it. Just be like, all right. Especially like if you're in a situation where it's like, all right, well, I can't leave this right at this moment, but I can't ignore that. I can't ignore it. Cause that's what I had to do at my previous job. Once I came into the understanding and realization that those people were legitimately trying to destroy me, and I had a whole bunch of other situations going on at the time too, because they was playing with my money big time. They was playing with my money big time. And I had a car note. I'm gonna be completely transparent. I had a car note, and I have been paying. I had my car for 4 years. It was perfectly fine. Like everything was cool. I was paying my note on time, and when they started messing with my money, and I had to let that go. I prayed about it. I was like, because my account was all messed up. You know, I had a whole bunch of stuff coming out of that account, and then it was like I was like overdrafting every single time because as soon as I got a paycheck, the paycheck was gone from other bills, and then I couldn't pay on everything because stuff was getting all types of messed up. So what I ended up doing was I had to close that account out and move, yeah, I let it close out. I let them shut it down, and I moved my money to a different account so that I could pay what I needed to pay to make it through last year, and it worked for the time that it worked for. It did. I got through what I needed to get through, but I had to let that note go, and I prayed to God. I said, God, because then people should listen. They should have repossessed my car back in July of last year. They didn't repossess it until December. So I don't know how the hell that happened. I don't know how the hell that happened. But I kept, but I prayed to God. I said, God, I said, as long as I have this vehicle, I don't know when they coming to get it. I knew it was gonna go at some point. I said, I don't know when they gonna come get this car, but I will get my ass up and I will go to that job every single day that I am scheduled to work. I will go every single day until I no longer have that vehicle. Until it's gone, or until something changes. I said, if I wake up in the morning and the car is still there, I will go. I will go. And I did. I went to work every single day. I went to work every single day. I did not complain. I did not lash out at those people. But the day that they took that car, I only had like maybe two people left on my Facebook page that I worked with, and I said my goodbyes spiritually. I was just like, I send everyone love and peace. I'm done with that place. I deleted those people off of my social media, and it wasn't personal, but it's like, as I move forward, I can't take y'all with me. Y'all are, because they were connected to the people who were hurting me and harming me. I can't. I'm sorry. It's not personal. If you see this message, for the two people who know exactly who they are, I'm not gonna say your names. You know exactly who you are because you were the only two people that were left on my Facebook page. It's not personal. Whether you was a part of that shit or not, it's not personal. But I couldn't talk to y'all. I couldn't have y'all in my business. I'm sorry. I couldn't have I didn't want no connections with those people anymore. It's not personal. But I got my ass up and I went to that job every single day, even though I was dying on the inside. And it's hard because, especially like for me right now, like I've been going through a lot, and I've been going through a lot with little to no reward. Like I could treat myself here and there, but it's more like, it's like certain situations just not clearing up completely, and it is discouraging. And it's like, okay, the wind does start to like, when is this gonna happen? Like I know that I am making some changes. I know that the things that I have endured from some really really evil people, I know for a fact. I know for a fact that it is changing some things because people was looking for me. And it's so crazy because I want to say this was like the end of April, maybe. The end of April, I made a video that I was trying to post on my previous channel, and the message was, then people are looking for you. And in my message I said people are physically looking for you, and some people are energetically looking for you. And what I meant by energetically looking for you is that some of your enemies have been playing like they're you. They were stealing the things that you say. They were trying to pretend like they were you. But you can't you could try to copy the original, but you'll never be the original. You're never going to be the original because you can't fake authenticity. Authenticity is not something that you can fake. 3333 on the timer. You can't fake that. I was like, I'm being myself. This is who I am. And that's why people try to disprove who you are all the time. They're trying to convince other people that there's no possible way that you are who you are, because they pretend to be what you are. And they want you to look like the fake so that they can keep masquerading as the real person. But like I said, you can't fake authenticity. Eventually you gonna show who you really are. There are people who stole, thank you spirit, there are people who stole positions from you. I don't know who this message is for. There are people who stole positions from you, jobs, money. Like there was stuff that was supposed to be for you, and people lied on you and said that you were not who you are, just so that they could keep you from that thing. And now, because you have removed yourself from those situations, now people are mad. They're mad because they're starting to be seen for who they truly are. Again, like I said in my last message, when you leave or maybe I did say this, I don't remember, but I'll just say it now. When you leave situations, when people scapegoat you, when they make you out to be a bad person and say that you are this and that. You're a terrible person for whatever reason. They making up stuff. When you leave that situation, no matter how it is that you left, when the issue persists, because even if you crash out for a while, people may believe that that's who you are. They will, but you have to understand that that narcissistic or toxic person, that person is never going to change who they are. And eventually, over time, when they don't have a scapegoat, or they, when the scapegoat that they had is gone, they don't have anybody to put that blame on anymore. But the problem still exists. They said that you were the problem, but as soon as you leave, why is the problem still here? Why is this a continue? And people are gonna start asking, like, well, you said that this person was making this difficult for you, and that this was but now it's this person over here, and so this person's doing the same thing. Like, what are the odds that people who don't know each other, who weren't in the same area at the same time, never interacted with each other, they're both doing the same thing to you? They love to play the victim. They want to feel they have to be the victim. They play the victim for attention and paint you as the villain. And you know what? I'll be the villain in the story. I'm the hero in mine. But it is difficult because it's like I just want to live my life. And it just sucks cuz it's like I just want to do my thing. Like, I'm not trying to be in nobody's way. I've said this before. I'm not in competition with a single person on this planet. I could not care less about what other people are doing with their lives. I am happy if you are happy. I will pray for you if you're going through rough times. I will help you if you are someone that I love and care about. Because at this point I've realized you can't help everybody. But if I care about you enough, I will definitely try to assist you in any way that I possibly can. But I'm not in competition with you. But people are in competition with you all the time. They want to believe that y'all are on a in a race that you didn't sign up for. The envy and the jealousy is so apparent, and it's so evident, and it's just so it's tiring, man. It takes a toll, man. It takes a toll. It takes a toll. Like, right now I'm to the point where I'm like, folks are going to be in for a rude awakening very, very soon. I don't know who this message is for. People are going to be in such a rude awakening when it comes to you. Like I said yesterday, people are going to regret the way that they treated you. There are a lot of people who are going to realize that they should have treated you better, and they are going to beat themselves up for a very, very long time, because when they had the opportunity to be around you, and they could have had the opportunity to learn from you, or even, maybe become close to you, if they would have just given you a chance. But they're going to be very upset because they're going to have to watch you go be great. And they're not, and God gonna give them a front row seat. He's gonna give them a front row seat to your greatness, and they gonna have to sit with that. They are going to have to sit with that, and they are gonna have to ask themselves, why was I like that towards him? Why was I like that towards her? They didn't do anything to me. They're actually a really nice person. Oh, they're a really sweet person. They don't want to believe that. They don't want to have to believe that, because it reinforces their negative thoughts if you react and respond to their nonsense. And like I said, I know it's hard because, like, right now, not that I want to lash out at people, but it's making me want to go into hermit mode all over again. Like I had no choice but to be in hermit mode for quite some time where I didn't really go anywhere at all unless I absolutely had to. And now I kind not that I don't, I mean I kind of need to go out and do stuff, but like for a long time I used to do like a lot of like pickup orders and stuff like that when I had to do groceries and delivery orders because I was not trying to go out in public because I just could not deal with people's energies. And I'm right now I'm to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good on people. Um Not that I'm going to be rude or belligerent towards people, but I'm good. I'm not trying to, I don't want to be a part of people's nonsense. Like people really don't want to change. People don't want to have to be different. People don't want to be self-accountable. People don't want to grow. And there are only two types of people in this world. People who are working on themselves and people who are not. There is no in between. There is no in between. You are either striving to be a better person every single day, no matter what that looks like. And I'm not here to tell you what the pace is supposed to be because everybody works at their own pace. But if you don't wake up every morning with the intentions on trying to be a better person, trying to learn something new or just be different, if you're comfortable with staying the same, you are going to miss out. They are going to get left behind. Thank you, Spirit. Those people are going to be the ones that are left behind and they're going to be upset. They're going to be upset because they're going to have to sit there and watch you get what you deserve. And they can't be a part of it and they going to feel entitled, especially the ones that you grew up with, your family members. They're going to feel entitled to your success and it's like, but you sabotaged me. And now you want to, now it's, well, we are family. Well, remember how we used to, I don't give a damn about none of that shit. I don't give a good goddamn about none of that shit. If you betrayed me, you have zero leverage ever again in my life. Once you show me who you are, you might as well not even be you're not a person to me anymore. I don't you're irrelevant. You are irrelevant. Ask my baby daddy. I only talk to that man when I have to. I don't really even speak to him when we exchange our daughter. I don't speak to him because I have nothing to say to him. I don't even say hello because he's not even worth to me the shit that he did to me, the stuff that he put me through. You don't even deserve a hello from me, sir. The only reason why I'm here is because we have a court order. That's the only reason why I'm here. There were some people who was trying to come and see about me a few weeks ago, and they was wondering why I wasn't giving them the time of day. They was big mad. I don't even quite know who it was. I hope they see this video. I don't know exactly who, because I didn't look at you. I felt your energy though. I knew that you were following me. I knew that you were trying to come see about me and what I had going on and you wanted to be in my business. That's why I completely ignored you. I did that on purpose because I don't care about you anymore. I'm not, cuz like I said, I didn't even look at you. I just knew that you were somebody who was trying to fuck up my day and I gladly declined. Excuse me. And I will gladly decline every single time. People are really starting to see you for who you truly are and they're mad about it. Like you're being seen all over the place. That's why the attacks are so heavy. That's why the spiritual warfare is getting harder and heavier. It's because people are finally starting to see you for who you truly are and they can't take it because they don't understand why you're getting blessed like this and they're not. And it's but they don't even know the amount of work that you had to do. They don't know what it is that you had to suffer through in order to get to this point. They have no idea. They have no idea. but they make up assumptions in their head because it makes them feel more comfortable. Because honestly, a lot of people could never walk a mile in your shoes. They could never walk a mile in your shoes. They couldn't last a day. They would crash out over these are the same people who crash out over the smallest inconveniences. The smallest inconveniences. I had a situation yesterday. I went to a restaurant to do a carry out order, and the lady who was taking my order, she was trying to get me to be upset. Like, I don't really know why, because I was asking her, like, so what, like, I told her what I wanted. Because I came in there prepared. I knew what I wanted, and I didn't want the soup and salad stuff. I didn't want that. I just wanted the plate with the two sides. That's all I wanted. I wanted this chicken with the two sides. That's all I wanted. I didn't want anything else. Oh, in my rolls. That's all in my bread. That's the only other thing I wanted. And she was trying to do the whole like 3 course type of deal. Like, well, I asked you if you wanted super salad. You said no. And I said, but what are the two sides that come with it? I'm going to have to start you over. She was trying to make it my problem. She didn't want to answer my questions. And then, like, right after that happened, while I was waiting for my food to be ready, there was a person who came in while she was taking care of some other customers, while she was checking them out. A rude ass customer came in, was like, excuse me, while she was in the middle speaking to some other people. Excuse me, do I need to come over there? I'm trying to place an order. Are you the only one working over here? And I don't know. I wasn't really fully listed. I don't know if she responded to her or not, but the lady ended up leaving. And I'm like, you didn't have the same nasty ass attitude you had with me, with her, but it's cool. I just sat there. I was just like, well, cause that's the shit that happens. They treat you badly, and then they turn around and the reaction that they was trying to get out of you is how somebody else is gonna treat them. It's so crazy, man. People are really starting to see you though. People see you for who you are, and that's terrifying to a lot of people. A lot of people are afraid of authenticity because they live behind illusions. A lot of people hate the fact that you're okay with walking in your purpose, even though you don't have everything. Like, you may not have the fanciest car, you may not have the best living situation, you may not be exactly where you want to be, but people hate the fact that you're at peace and that you're happy with what you do have. Misery loves company. Misery is not just about people being sad about situations. People live in misery by not truly connecting with themselves. And a lot of people are miserable because they're in autopilot. They wake up every morning, they brush their teeth, they get dressed and go to work. They come home, they binge watch Netflix or whatever they do with their time. They smoke they weed, drink they drink, or whatever, whatever substance they like, or they overeat. A lot of people do that nowadays. Indulge in food because it makes them, and as a former binge eater, I totally understand. I definitely understand that. That's what they do. And then they go to sleep, and then they wake up and they do the same shit all over again. And they not really doing nothing new. They're around the same people they've been around their whole life. They don't really go nowhere. Even if they do travel and stuff like that, like, it's not, they not really not learning nothing from it. They're not appreciative of it. They don't live in gratitude. They're not even grateful for what they do have. They too worried about trying to outshine other people. They're too worried about what life is gonna be like, for them in 6 months, when they don't even have the correct goals to do exactly what it is that they want to do. They trying to find shortcuts to the things that they want. This is why people end up in credit card debt. This is why we end up, in relationships and around people who we're not supposed to be around, because we're chasing something that we need to find within ourselves. People are chasing relationships, and I was one of those people chasing friendships and relationships because you want to be loved and you don't even realize that you just need to sit back and love yourself. When you can find your peace within you and love yourself and love who you are and look in the mirror and know that you love yourself, that's the only way you gonna feel free. That's the only way you gonna be free. You have to strip down you gotta peel these layers back. If you are concerned with designer wear and all that other stuff, I want you to ask yourself, if you didn't have access to any of those things, who are you? Would you be okay with that? This is exactly what I mean when I say I would rather have money than look like I have money. People be thinking that because I dress in, really regular clothes, I'm not I don't got no designer stuff on. This is probably the nicest thing that I have on right now is my Ankh necklace. That's probably the nicest piece of jewelry other than some of the crystals that I wear. Like that's probably one of the only things right now that I wear that it was slightly more expensive than everything else that I buy. And it's not that I can't afford to go and get other things right now. I just don't feel the need to I'm not compelled by buying designer things cuz that's somebody's name. That's what you paying for. Half it China just exposed these designer shoe brands and said most of this stuff is made here and they repackage it in in a different country and they sell it over in the United States for triple the price. They just exposed them for that and said y'all should just buy your shoes and stuff straight through us cuz it'll be cheaper. You paying for somebody's name. You not paying for nothing special. That is somebody's name. That's what you're paying for. That's You're not paying because it's such high quality. Now, some of the stuff is nicer. Yes, it is nicer quality. It is. But overall, what you're really paying for is the name. And it's the brand. And the people who are the people who were smart enough to get ahead of that and they knew that if they had something that was luxury or looked very luxury and high end and they could just slap their name on it and manufacture it and sell it all around the world and people would go and buy it. Yeah, those people were smart to do that. That's how you create generational wealth. It's really not rocket science. And because they know that the vast majority of people are going to be so willing to put themselves in debt trying to appear to be better than other people either way, because whether you pay that credit card balance or not, that person that company got the money. You the one in debt, not them. That was a big lesson I had to learn for myself. And I'm not saying this to be mean to anyone or anything like that, because I'm saying this because these are the things that I had to come to terms with. Like I am having to deal with my own toxicity and trying to come up out of that because it was all these limiting belief systems that I had for myself. So coming up out of that, I want people to understand and I want people to see things differently. Like you don't gotta be flashy. I would much rather have the money than look like I got it. Because a lot of people don't got it. Another Charger call reference from Expensive. I can't even think of the full lyric. Throw them bills up. Throw the hills up. Come twice, let a price, get the wheels up. Dope shoes, dope ride, but the ones who look expensive could be broke on the inside. Thank you. The ones who look expensive can be broke on the inside, and that is the truest statement. A lot of people are out here with all of the material things that you can think of and absolutely can't stand themselves, can't stand their spouse, can't stand any, like they hate life. And you're like, well, they have, so that's another thing. The people who dislike you, who have more than you, that's what you have to understand, that it's not what's on you, it's what's in you. And they see it. That's what I'm saying. They see it in you. They see it and it pisses them off because they're like, I have all of these things and this person still makes me feel small. And they can't deal with that. And that is why they will treat you that way. That's why they will treat you badly. And it sucks. Like I said, it's not fun, but new levels, new devils. You just got to take this shit on the chin sometimes and just, you might have to cry and you might just have to be sad for a day or two, but just don't let that shit linger on and just keep moving forward, because then people gonna end up looking dumb. Like every single time I go through one of these situations where people are targeting me and attacking me, trying to provoke me into some sort of outburst, every single time I go to leave, it's fucking crickets. They all get real quiet because they have to realize and sit back and be like, oh, we fucked up. And yes, they did. They fucked up. And that's why I said God is placing you in places right now. God is putting you, specifically putting you in a certain path so that your people's test. God is testing people to see how they're going to treat you. And a lot of people are failing miserably because you're a blessing to people. They don't understand you are a blessing, and people, anybody, any company, any system would benefit from having you be a part of it. That's how great you are. And these people don't want you to be great, and so they try to destroy what it is that you got going on, but they don't even realize that by them attacking you, they're blocking their own blessings. That's why I said a lot of people coming behind you, they about to lose everything. Them people about to start losing everything. And they gonna want to try to blame you. They want you to be at fault for it. The reason why they want to blame you is because they still don't want to have to take accountability, because in their minds the way that they see it is, well, if you would have just did, if you wouldn't have been so strong, if you just wouldn't have been so strong, if you just would have been weak like I told you to be, none of this would have happened. I would have been okay. And it's just like, well, you could have left me alone, and we both could have been doing our own thing. You could have got your blessings and I would have still got my blessings. But people are ruining their own chances in life right now coming after you. They gonna learn. People are learning really quickly right now. And it's not gonna be pretty for some people. Like I said, there are people who are wishing poverty and all, like illness and all that stuff on you right now. And the more you keep pressing forward, that stuff is going to return to sender, and they are going to be experiencing some really, really tough times. A lot of people are experiencing tough times right now because of the karmic debt that they have racked up with you. When you was over here trying to love on people, when you was over here trying to be great and just trying to be the sweetest, kindest person that you could possibly be, then people wanted to see you dead. They wanted to see you in poverty. They wanted to see you in the mental ward. They wanted to see you down bad. And those people are going to be the ones that are down bad. It's so crazy, y'all. But I feel like I'm gonna cry on damn near all these messages. I'm not gonna apologize for crying, because that's how I release my emotions. I've always been a crier ever since I was a very, very little girl. My family has made fun of me for that. Most people have made fun of me for that most of my life, and I'm not ashamed of it, because me crying helps me to feel whole again. It helps me release. Like, I feel better now that I talked that through and I cried and I got to share that with y'all, because this is who I am. This is me. This is me. That's the reason why I even created this channel in the first place. Is because it's like, as much as people try to make it seem as if like you're weird or whatever, there are people who find you interesting, even if they don't say it out loud. There are people who find you interesting. There are people who find you to be beautiful. There are people who like to hear what you have to say, because I've had people who have attacked me before, and then, I'll go and I'll be doing like a recording, or I'll be doing an actual video or something, and they listen to what I have to say, and I know that they be in awe. Like, you are, that people underestimate you. You surprise people all the time. And that's why you be on the minds of people so much, because they'll be thinking about how they treated you, and they can't get over the fact that they were mistreating someone who has such a beautiful soul, who has such a beautiful spirit. They don't really understand. They're like, well, why they but they can't, most of them people can't dig deep enough to figure out why they do that. And so instead, they'd rather just keep trying to blame you for the situation. They'll just keep trying to blame you for the situation. And they'll make up something in their head and say, "Well, they were rude to me, so, and that's the reason why." And they'll believe that lie that they told themselves, cuz it'll make them feel better. That's how they sleep at night. But it all comes around full circle. Here, J. Cole. Everything come back around full circle. Because it's true. I feel like my videos are getting longer. They are. My first video that I posted on this channel was like just a few minutes long, and that was only a week ago. you know, like Mother's Day. It was only a week ago. And so much has already changed for me. Time is, I don't know, is anybody else feeling, time is feeling real weird right now. Time is not the same. Time feel, it's speeding up. Like, things are happening, like stuff is happening real fast. Like, the weeks are flying by. Like, we almost done with May. It's almost June. We almost halfway through 2025. It feels like New Year's was just yesterday. Time is flying by. It's, everything is weird. We really are shifting. Things are changing, and going with this flow is so hard sometimes, because it's just like, man, I'm so tired of people. Like, I'm so tired of interacting with weird ass people. Like, please leave me the hell alone. Like, please. Like, please leave me the fuck alone. And I just don't understand why people just, they would much rather cause chaos than just leave you alone. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's all right though. We gonna make it through. I'm here for you guys. Thank you for listening. If you made it to the end of this message, thank you so much. Um, I will be posting later on this week. Like I said, when I have my baby, I try to focus on her. I have not done a whole bunch of pre-recording this week because I've been really tired and I haven't been feeling well for the last few weeks. It's been really crazy, been moving around a lot, trying to figure some stuff out, trying to get some things together, waiting for some things to settle. So I will be making as much content as I can when I can. um I may make some videos that are just a recording and post those for you guys if I can figure out how to do that on my phone without having to pay. So, so cord cutting, whatever those apps. Like, I'm trying not to spend too much money right now, because I'm trying to keep things copacetic until I can get some things set in stone. But I love you guys. Thank you for every single person that has been watching my content, even if you don't like my content, or even if just the fact that you stopped by. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Um, thank you for listening to me, because I'm one of those people that the majority of my life I have felt very unheard and not seen. And that's the reason why I made this platform, because I was like, I know that there are people out there who are going through similar things, and I want to connect with you guys. I am here for you. I am your biggest cheerleader. I want everyone to succeed. I want everyone to be abundant and prosperous in whatever it is that you want to do in your life. You can do it. Don't let anyone sit back and tell you that you are not capable. You are very well capable. You are loved. You are seen. And I hope that I get to connect with you guys. Like, share, comment, definitely comment. Like, I want to hear uh what you guys think. Tell me what you're going through, if this resonated with you. Let me know what your situation is. Like, I definitely want to interact with y'all. So I love y'all, and I will see you in the next one. I will see you guys probably towards the end of the week, but I love you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.